Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, guys. What's going on?
Just grinding. That's what we do. We grind.
I do. Hold on one second. I just got to get one thing posted here on the Browns.
Ask your question to Adam again.
What was it?
Adam,
Underachieve, overachieve. No, it's more underachieve.
Okay. Listen, I think if you're the Green Bay Packers right now and you are 2-1-1 at the bye, I think you're disappointed. Right? Last I checked, a couple of weeks ago, we got their offensive lineman talking about unbeaten season. They lose at Cleveland, a game they shouldn't have lost. Everybody thought they were going to boat race the Dallas Cowboys. Micah would have multiple sacks. They would just have their way, and they didn't. They wound up in a tie, which in a certain way they were fortunate to get because of their clock management late in the game. So you're sitting there, on the one hand, you say this team at times has looked dominant, but they still haven't won a road game after 4 games. They haven't won on the road at all. They're 2-1-1. And I think the hopes are high, and you're encouraged by what you've seen, and you think this team's got a lot of potential, but I don't think you're particularly thrilled with 2-1-1.
No.
our conversations,
Right?
no, absolutely not. Especially after the way it started.
Right, exactly. They started like a house on fire, and they finished in a tie. Like, okay, you get a bye. And they get a bye. Hopefully you get some of these guys healthy. Get Jacob's ankle a little bit healthier, get the offensive line a little bit healthier, get some of these guys back, get some wide receivers back. I think that's the hope. This team is good enough to go to the Super Bowl and win it. It's good enough to go to. I'm not telling you it will. I don't know whether it will. It's too early to say. But I know that this early in the season, it's a little bit disappointing.
Our conversation with Adam Schefter on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, brought to you by Tony Wendorf and Associates. Just like the moves made in the pros, Tony Wendorf and Associates, First Weber Group, helps people make their own big moves every day. Trusted knowledge, superior service. They're the real estate MVPs of Wisconsin. So, Shefty, with overtime, it feels like there have been a lot of people writing pieces about this game ending in a tie. They changed the overtime rule this year. Now both teams get a possession. There was a proposal that went along with this of, okay, if both teams are going to get the ball, let's expand overtime to 15 minutes. Do you think we're going to see another overtime change the more and more we see these games be lengthened? Because, again, the Cowboys played an overtime game against the Giants that came down to the buzzer as well in that 10-minute period. Do you think eventually we see, if both teams are going to possess the ball in overtime, the league goes, all right, let's go back to a 15-minute overtime period?
I haven't heard that. I'd have to check into it. It's all about player health and safety in the eyes of the league and the competition committee. They're making these rules based off players' health and safety. Now, Chewy, I don't know how many overtime games you played. Do you remember?
A handful, probably 3 or 4. Yeah.
Do you remember being any more tired at that time or worn down or anything like that?
No, because it was different. It was first team that scored 1. So
Right.
It usually didn't go very long.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's a way they could duplicate the college system. That again, I'm not a huge college football guy. I don't watch it, but that system seems to have worked pretty well. Am I right?
From an entertainment perspective, I love the college overtime. I love the teams getting it at the 25. There's instant excitement. It's entertaining. Now, when they go to the 2-minute or the 2-point off, because they've changed that over the years too. So after the first 2 overtimes, it just becomes both teams running a succession of two-point conversion type plays. That's not as great, but yeah, I enjoy the overtime aspect of college football, I would say. Gets done relatively quick.
I've never heard of them taking a look at that, but I think you don't want to go longer than 10 minutes of play. A tie is unsatisfying to everybody involved. What's the solution? And again, that's why I go back. I think of the college system. I say, well, that seems to have been successful. Like, it's not. I mean, if it goes double, triple overtime, that might be the equivalent of 10 minutes in the NFL.
I don't know if it's necessarily the tie thing that the NFL would get rid of, because the ties, how many overtime games we have? We have a handful of overtime games league-wide every year, but this is the first tie since 2022. So the ties don't factor in all that often. It's just about, okay, if both teams are going to possess the ball, is 10 minutes long enough to kind of get everything you need to get in?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down to me. I guess that's the question.
My question, and I mean this. So let's just say the Detroit Lions against the Baltimore Ravens that Monday night game at a 10-minute drive. If you take a 10-minute drive and you burn the clock and you get down, you score with, I'm making this up, 9 minutes and 42 seconds, and the other team gets the ball back with 18 seconds. That's it, right? They have 18 seconds?
That's it. Mm-hmm. You just play the one overtime period, and that's it. Which is part of the strategy if you want to receive, if you want to kick. So I think that all factors in, and teams are trying to figure that out of, hey, how do we want to handle if we win or lose the coin toss?
And it's also very rare for a team to have a 10-minute drive. Yeah. And by the way, if a team has a 10-minute drive to open overtime, then just like
good for them.
Exactly. In the previous overtime scenario, at least you had a chance to get that. Like, you were going to have a chance, but your defense was terrible. As opposed to the first score, a team could just drive down, go 30 yards. In today's day and age, you might go 15 yards with a Brandon Aubrey field goal, bring him on, and kick a 65-yarder, and it's over, right? Back in.
Adam, is what Jacksonville is accused of doing when it comes to sign stealing legal?
Yes,
it is.
It is, and I think teams do it, and I think Robert Saleh said yesterday, the 49ers defense coordinator, that he regretted his choice of words. He shouldn't have said it the way he did. I think teams are always just kind of monitoring what other teams are doing. There's this whole underworld. Everybody's always looking for an advantage. And if it means like you're tracking what other people are doing,
mm-hmm.
then that's what it is. And he tried to say that he meant it as a compliment. Obviously, I had a feeling that Liam Cohen would take it as a compliment, and he certainly didn't.
Again, if you get accused of stealing something, even if it's legal, like if you get accused of stealing something, I don't think you're taking it as a compliment. Like in any sense. So you get accused of stealing.
I remember, Adam, like back in the early 90s, Ted Thompson cracked Tony Dungy's defensive signals where we knew every time they were going to be in Tampa too. And we kept it hush-hush. And I think that was the start of covering the mouth and something. But I'll never forget. Ted Thompson was I think he was director of player personnel back then. And it was such an advantage. It was great. I think they knew, though, and they changed it the following game.
By the way, I guarantee this has been going on through time.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
I think Connor Stallions is the first one that ever did so. It's the most absurd thing ever.
Yeah. I mean, you're a Michigan guy. You know all about this stuff. Sorry, that was a little bit of a shock. I'm sorry.
I went to school for it. You see what we got for you this Saturday, okay?
Yeah, he's going to kick the crap out of Wisconsin this Saturday. I can guarantee you that, Adam. I know that's coming.
To steal any signals.
Yeah,
you're good.
Line it up. Just go for it.
Just run your vanilla stuff, and you'll be perfectly fine this weekend. Adam, there have been reports out of Green Bay that the Packers might kick the tires on Asante Samuel Jr., who's working his way back. Is he going to be working out for teams soon? What's kind of the timeline for him and his return to the NFL?
I haven't heard, and I knew that he wasn't healthy. I knew that it was going to take a little bit of time, and I haven't checked into the season before because I just kind of lost track of it. Like, I always feel like if we're into October and we're waiting for a guy to come back, he might be able to come in and help, but usually there are not too many guys who are coming off the street in October that help a team later on. So no disrespect to him. He's been a productive, good player in the league, but I just haven't seen that too often when somebody signs this late.
And it's just such a serious injury, like it's, who knows? That's kind of the issue there too. If you're injured last year and you're still not healthy a full calendar year later, it's just an unfortunate situation that he was a free agent to be when the injury ended up happening when he hurt his neck last year.
I agree.
Do you have any Ryder Cup thoughts?
Was that painful?
It was. Would you be interested in captaining the team? We need a good captain for Team USA in 2 years, Adam. We just need somebody who's competent, who knows what they're doing, who's going to listen to people. And you, as a passionate guy for golf, I think I'd like to nominate you for the Ryder Cup captain for 2027.
I'm telling you, I could do it. I can do it, and I'm happy to represent our country and go to Ireland. And the weather, I'm sure, won't be great there, Chewy, but I'll tolerate it as the captain of the United States Ryder Cup team. And we'll do the best we can to put our best foot forward. You know, I did agree with Rory. I thought some of the behavior was over the top and over the line and just not appropriate. And I don't know whether some people don't get that there are different rules to follow in golf. I don't know. Yeah, but the etiquette was not great, as I kind of expected would be the case over the weekend.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the PGA of
right?
America was leaning into that. Like, oh, hey, we're having this thing in New York. It's going to be at Bethpage Black. It's going to be wild. And kind of seemed like leading into it, they were almost encouraging some of the behavior that we came to see.
Maybe, but it also just feels like it's kind of where we're at as a society.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
More than if there's
that's
a
good
right.
point.
I think it's more indicative of where we as a country are. Like, just kind of how some people that you see these fights in the stands, you know, all the time after football. Like, what are we doing? Come on, man. Like, let's have a little bit of etiquette and respect for people. Just all you're asking is to respect people. You could boo the opposition, but there's a certain point where I think it crosses a line.
Adam, always appreciate the time. Look forward to talking to you again next week.
Guys, thank you for the time to work on that Shador Dylan. By the way, so what are you guys gonna do? Like, no Packers game. Does that alter your weekend in any kind of way with the Packers having a bye?
No, we got Brewers going to be opening up their divisional series on Saturday. So we got playoff baseball that we get to focus on. Don't have to worry about the Packers and all that this weekend. Fully focus on Brewers opening up their playoff run.
Who do the Brewers play? I don't even know.
It'll be the winner of the Padres-Cubs series. Cubs won, so they're up 1-0. Cubs win today. It'll be the Cubs.
I'll be watching Red Sox, Blue Jays.
Huh. The Red Sox Yankees. It just shows you how little I know. That's best of 3. Is that correct?
Best of 3. So if the Red Sox win today, that series is done.
Yep. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know the rules of the baseball playoff rules anymore.
Yeah.
So
it's expanded. It's gotten complicated. I get it.
You just do what you do, Adam.
I'm just trying to keep up with the NFL overtime rules. I don't have time for baseball rules.
Always appreciate it, Shefty. Best of luck to your Michigan Wolverines. Not that they need it this weekend.
And your Badgers as well. Have a great week. See that? Etiquette, sports, it's not hard.
Very good etiquette.
Hey guys, it's Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Thanks for watching our clip. I'm sure it was super informative and educational. I'm just kidding. I love those knuckleheads. And we do it live every Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 a.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get informed anytime we drop new content.